What's up everyone, it's your boy Infrar-Ed. Welcome to the Scout Report. Today I bring you an anime review of ReZero episode 11. I must say that the spring season has brought us so much consistent content and series that it's just been a lot of, shows that's on right now that week after week after week, it either gets better or it's always on a level that you can be happy with what you saw. And ReZero is no exception, as this is still in the running for anime of the season among myself and a lot in the anime community. So let's just ride it out and see what happens, because this episode was no exception, as it was very good and one of the best of the series so far. As starting right off from the bat, we learned the origins of Rem and Ram and their connection to each other, and get to know them as a character finally, as we learn the bond between these two sisters. So without further ado, let's get down to the breakdown. We get more content out this episode, as it starts off showing Rem and Ram when they were born. Again, as we learned last week, they were twins, and when twins are born, they have one horn each, which is a big red flag for danger for people amongst the village, as demons with one horn, they are very rageful. They can be very dangerous to people because you need to have both your horns in order to be, per se, the perfect demon. So they were actually going to be executed per the danger that they would cause each other. But even back when they were first born, it looks like Ram actually protected Rem with her abilities back then, using magic, protecting her sister even subconsciously when they were babies. And the two grew up and were born. They had a regular life. As you saw when they were growing up, Ram was always the better at magic. So much so that the people in the village were saying that if she had both her horns, who knows how powerful she can be. And this is how strong she was as a little kid. However, Rem, she didn't have that same ability as a kid. She tried to use magic, but it just never came out as well as her sister. So she focused her abilities on doing other things, such as being better at cooking, being better at cleaning, and we saw that throughout them as they grew up as characters. However, when she went to sleep at night, she still had a lot of resentment, and she would have dreams of what the villagers are really thinking and possibly really feeling, when they were saying, she's worthless. If she wasn't born, her sister will be a full demon and probably be the strongest. She's useless. We need to get rid of her. She'll wake up from her dream though, and as always, Ram was always there to console her. She was really her emotional anchor for the entirety of their lives. One night, Rem wakes up from her sleep and goes outside to see her entire village is being burnt down, as well as the people. People are being burned alive and killed by some people that look like they're in some type of a cult. As she's scared and looking at this danger, someone comes in and they're about to kill her as well. However, she is saved once again by her sister Ram, at the expense of Ram losing her horn, because this person was about to slash Rem, but instead slashed Ram's horn. And she's always felt resentment for that all of their life, because she feels that if her sister didn't try to save her, she wouldn't have lost her horn, and she wouldn't pretty much be a shell of the power of what she can wield right now. As we always seen with Subaru interacting with these two, Ram is kind of the one that gets looked down on. It's like she's not good at cleaning, she's not good at cooking, at least not as good as her sister. But in reality, it's kind of like Rem would never be the mage that she was, even without her horn. So she always held that resentment in her heart for her sister. So it's interesting to see that now we see the connection between these two, as Ram has always been her sister's emotional anchor. She's always been her sister's protector. And back then when this cult was attacking their village, it looks like they were taken in by Roswell at this time. We didn't see the face of who it was that picked them up, but looking at the clothes, it looked like it was Roswell who was the one that saved these kids from this village and took them in. But the question I have is, what was he doing there to begin with? That's pretty interesting, as I don't trust this dude already. And to see this in a flashback, I think it's a little bit bigger about what's going on with him, and especially what's going on with him and Ram. After the flashback, we get back to the present time, as apparently whatever Subaru was trying to do with cutting the horn to stop Rem worked, as now all three of them are on the run from the mob beast. And they do get away, even though they're still in pursuit. And still at this point, Rem is still having that resentment in herself and saying, once again, I had to be saved by someone else. This time by Subaru. My sister saved me when I was a kid. Now I was saved by Subaru, and I even caused him to get hurt because remember back the first time when he pushed her out the way for the mob beast so she wouldn't get killed, he ended up getting hurt really bad in that process as well. She's really down on herself, and she wanted to take the burden of stopping everything on her own to make up or atone for the things that were caused because she feels like everything is her fault. At this point, Subaru literally slaps her in the face, slapping the sense back into her, saying, don't take all this burden on your own shoulders. We have to be together. We have to do this together in order to escape. It's not for you to take this burden alone. We're your friends. This is your sister. She loves you. I'm your friend. We're going to get through this together as they come up with a plan in order to defeat the mobbies. See, Subaru, he was going to do his old plan of, probably revealing that he can do death by rebirth to cause all of the mobbies to attack him, while Rem and Ram got away and got out of the island or the village to buy them more time and set the barrier up again. However, when he's getting ready to do this, he sees like the little puppy mob beast, and that puppy mob beast gets bigger and bigger, and it turns to almost like a big giant sized goon as Rem and Ram are running. Subaru stays behind to try to distract them. We hear the opening music come in, and Subaru musters up the strength to go to this humongous mob beast. He actually starts to go in as he finally uses dark magic, and he debuffs with his magic to stun the creature, causing some type of effect to it, enough for him to stab it. However, it didn't work as the monster still wrecked him. He's still fighting back. However, he is swiftly saved by Roswell, who comes in and cleans out and basically one-shots the giant monster with fire magic. And ironically, when this happened, the music stopped. So I wonder if that was like supposed to be a joke. You hear the music with Subaru going in and he's saved and the music cuts all of a sudden. And Roswell have arrived to save the day. So we head back to the mansion. Subaru wakes up and we get a mission clear as all of the mob beasts were destroyed by Roswell. Subaru is told by Rem that Roswell destroyed all of the mob beasts, so he is no longer cursed. He was also able to find out where Subaru was from a tip from Amelia that when he uses his magic, you should be able to detect where he is from there. He also told everybody that he was proud of them before he took them back to the castle. So Subaru is now back. He wakes up. He's with Rem, who once again, just like I was saying, she was feeling a little bit of resentment. It's the whole thing with her sister saying, if I wasn't around, my sister would be stronger. My sister would be better. Subaru, however, he does console her once again as we get tears and smiles from Rem, as this is the happiest we've ever seen her in the entire series so far, with Subaru telling her, you know what, you are you. Don't ever lessen yourself or feel that you're inferior because of what happened with your sister. Your sister loves you for what you've done. She did what she did because she loves you. And think about it, I was saved because of your strength, not hers. And look how good you are at cooking, look how good you are at cleaning, and you also have a better rack than your sister. I mean, this dude Subaru is always going in to try to get the ladies, and he didn't exactly fail either, because at the end of this episode, he speaks with Amelia, and he's actually finally gonna go on that date that he's been trying to get ever since we got to the castle. So, save point cleared, mission complete. We now have a better relationship with Rem, Ram, and Betty in the castle. We're finally gonna head to the next point after we get to our date. But hell, the episode isn't over yet, as we see Roswell in the castle, and he may not be completely suspicious of Subaru at this point, but he is still cooking something up. I still don't trust this guy, as Rem is basically giving him a status report of everything that went on in the forest, and he's evaluating everything that goes on. He said, we got an appearance from Elsa, which is the bow collector or whatever they call her. We got Elsa, we got mob beasts, we got shamans. They killed all of the mob beasts. However, they still didn't find who the main shaman was that were controlling the mob beasts, as Rem tells him that one of the children from the village ironically disappeared after this incident occurred. So she sits in Roswell's lap as he says he will continue to look after her, and he rubs her horn, which makes me think that maybe he is concealing her horn for his own nefarious purposes. Maybe he can bring her horn back, and if he can get her to like perfect form or something, he will have the ultimate weapon in Rem. He is also still vying for the throne, as he says he's going to go ahead and continue his mission to kill the dragon. Kill the dragon and get the crown? This guy's sneaky. I'm sorry. We need to get him revealed. This guy needs to be exposed. It's something not right about him. I don't trust clowns ever since, you know, that movie in Final Fantasy 6 with Kefka. It's just something not right about this guy. But that was the episode in a nutshell. Again, a very clean episode as ReZero continues to be strong and get stronger by the week as it is fighting for anime of the season. And we're halfway through the season right now, so I don't know what can take its place until we get to it. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. If you like the video, go ahead and drop it a like, and if you want to hear more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as I bring you guys content almost daily right now. And as I always say, you guys can be anywhere on YouTube right now, but you chose to listen to me, and I really appreciate that, so thank you for stopping by. So on that note, it's your boy Infrar-Ed signing out. See you soon.